Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by Lakewood National. Lakewood National. Golf, tennis, spa, home.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with you for another half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Lakewood National Golf Club is the area's newest luxury community. This gated 900-acre wooded enclave features 36 holes of Arnold Palmer-designed golf, 8 Hartrue lighted tennis courts, a practice court with a self-returning ball machine, dedicated pickleball courts, and 2 Hartrue bocce ball courts, as well as state-of-the-art fitness center, a luxurious Utopia spa, grand clubhouse, resort-style swimming pool, and homes for every style of living. Built by Lennar, America's leading developer of quality luxury communities. Stop by today for a tour at 17605 Lakewood National Parkway off of State Road 70, or log on to lakewoodnationalgc.com to learn more about the resort quality lifestyle that awaits you at Lakewood National Golf Club.
You're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Terrific as always to be with you. It is great to be back. Had a wonderful 3 weeks in New York covering the Little Mo at Forest Hills with tennis director Luke Jensen. It was another great Dick Stockton boots on the court at West Point, where we caught up with West Point cadet varsity tennis player Stephanie Dolhai, sister of Caroline Dolhai, 2019 U.S. Open women's doubles finalist. Spent a magnificent evening with 2-slam winner Rod Laver at the Westside Tennis Club, the original home of the U.S. Open, and of course worked 2 weeks of splendid coverage at the U.S. Open, the main draw, the Junior Open, and the Wheelchair Tennis Slam for men and women. And let's not forget the grand time with Nick Bollettieri, Jimmy Arias, Dick Vitale, and all the IMG student athletes. So what's new on the show today? Well, we have another great one for you. We will share the 2019 U.S. Open excitement. You will participate in the enjoyment of the Lakewood National Tennis Giveaway drawing, and we will keep you tennis educated with our Lakewood National Tennis Tips with Nate Griffin. So let's get it launched with Inside Tennis with the Cause at the U.S. Open 2019. The 2019 U.S. Open officially kicked off with the ever-so-popular Arthur Ashe Kids Day, powered by Net Generation. The morning featured the family festival of tennis on 14 courts and a wide range of interactive activities for children. The stadium was the showcase of the afternoon. Musical performances from top acts, including Austin Mahone, Blanco Brown, Meg Donnelly, Jag Mack, and J.D. McQuarrie, along with tennis stars Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, Sloane Stephens, the Bryan brothers, and Coco Gauff. Broadway and TV star and Tony Award winner Ali Stroker beautifully led the opening night ceremony with the national anthem.
Ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yes, it was a night of Broadway coming to the U.S. Open as Grammy and Emmy and Tony Award winner Ben Blatt continued the Evening Slam celebration.
Leaning on somebody isn't easy. I'll do what I can to make you see that this is not a temporary love. No, this is not a temporary love. Now your heart is in my hands. I won't give it up. This is not a temporary love.
1, 2, 3.
Five Slam champion, former #1 singles player, and professional golfer Althea Gibson was honored with a dramatic sculpture.
People have to understand how she persevered and what she means to our sport, but not just to our sport, to all society, to everyone. I want the young generations to understand what she did for all of us, particularly people of color, but inspired all of us. You know I'm a white girl, but as a 13-year-old, she totally inspired me, and that can happen to anybody. You know, it doesn't matter what color. I obviously have not had to deal with the challenges that my sisters of color and brothers of color, but I think for young people, the more you know about history, the more you know about yourself. And it helps you shape the future. That's the most important thing I try to get along to kids. History is not about the past. It is living history. History is constant living. Every single thing you do during a day is history. Everything we all do, each one of us, is accumulating history. And it's very important that each person know that they're an influencer and that they can make a difference. And what Althea does is she makes us pause, focus, and think about her life, but also inspire us to carry on her legacy.
Candy, Corey, the big question the world wants to know, what is it like coming to the U.S. Open, but not coming as a spectator? You're here as mom and dad of the most highly respected junior player ever in the world to make the splash that she made. So, what's it like coming to watch now?
Well, it's very stressful watching her as a parent. I have to make sure I take my high blood pressure medicine because she sends me on a world of emotions, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. But in the end, is happiness because we're seeing her live out her dream.
Yeah, for me, it's a lot of stress watching the matches, but we're doing what parents are supposed to do, cheering on our kids, trying to give her the support she needs to continue to live her dreams.
One of our mottos is no regrets, and we want to make sure that we're doing our job as a parent at least to 18, not to 21, because when you're officially an adult, you can't look back and blame mom and dad for anything that's going on as an adult. So our first job, #1, is to be a parent, to making sure that you're raising your child. That's job #1. And then part of being a parent is helping them and supporting them in what are dreams that they want to do.
Most importantly, keep enjoying the family the way you do. Candy, thank you very much. Corey, thank you very much.
Good to see you, and thank you for always supporting her.
Oh, you make it easy, you know that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candy.
All right.
Thank you.
For me, it's still wild, you know. This is the first time, the first round was the first time I actually had a chant, but today it was a lot louder and a lot more consistent. And I was literally thinking, maybe I feel like Golden State in Game 7 or something. It's different because, you're an individual player, and so it's weird, I guess, because most of the time when you hear the chants, it's for, a whole team, not just for, me, so it was pretty cool.
Nick Bollettieri, you're home right now, but you were up in New York setting the pace for the city that doesn't sleep. But it didn't start there. You kicked it off with a stop in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
I did. I attended the tournament representing IMG with David Catrone and some of our instructors from the academy. And we gave some free instruction and ran a booth and told all about the benefits of coming down to the IMG Academy. And from there, Steve and I went to the Open for all the way to the final weekend. And let me say this. There is no tournament like the U.S. Open. I'm not downgrading the other tournaments, but the excitement, baby. The excitement. 2:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. The matches go on. Champagne, $27 for 1 ounce, and you brag about it. So let me talk a little bit about it. Of course, the big story was Coco. And please, I believe losing was a necessity. And how the loss was handled was magnificent. And let me tell you why. And getting so much publicity at such a young age can in the future hurt you. Coco, you have a great future. Learn from that loss. And remember something. You have a lot of people behind you, including your family. Then, big surprise. The Italian, baby. We had an Italian, Berrettini. Oh my gosh. They went crazy in Italy. And you know what? The coach, Umberto Riano, was a student at the IMG Academy for years and years with my man from the island of Capri, Giacomo. Umberto, it was fantastic. And it brought a lot of interest to the country of Italy, not for soccer, but for tennis. And I like to say this, that Cars was up there all over the place, here, there, everywhere. But you know what? He loves the game, and he loves bringing the audience the news, not that everybody knows, but what's happening behind the scenes.
In what may be considered the best men's singles match to date at the U.S. Open, Italian Matteo Berrettini upset Frenchman Gael Monfils. The 23-year-old 20th ranked Berrettini beat the former world number 6 player 3-6, 6-3, 6-2, 3-6, 7-6.
My serve was very off, a lot of double foot. It was tough momentally, so that's why I think my body gets a bit more beat up than the usual, and definitely after a loss it's tougher, and you feel that the nerve is going quicker, you know, so now it's the end of the tournament, so maybe that's why I feel tired now.
I never won a match here in US Open, so it's my second year in the main draw, so I didn't expect that. I'm pretty, excited for that, and also for the match, you know. I had so many chances. I served for the match. I had 2 match points, and then he did an ace, so it was unbelievable.
Last night, a nice 3-throw release out of the seats for everybody. Wow, what you do for this game of tennis, Dick.
Well, you know, I have a lot of fun and certainly love it. As you know, all my grandkids play basically now, and my daughters played. I love to play. Lakewood Ranch Tennis Center. I go down and hit the ball. 80 years old, man. I'm not bad.
You got Kobe in the game. What a treat to have him in the game joining you.
Well, you know, the bottom line is a lot of pro athletes respect other pros of another sport. You know, last night watching that 15-year-old girl, just amazing. I haven't seen anyone that could cover a court like she can, north, south, east, west, and yet she met the #1 player in the country, obviously, who was terrific yesterday. And what a beautiful moment.
Touching
moment, sportsmanship, class, handle it so well. What I need from you, Kaz, is my gala for this year, baby. It's going to be unbelievable. So go to my website and learn more about it at dickvitelonline.com.
Absolutely. Hey, have a super Vital Labor Day weekend with Sherry and the grandkids.
Well, that's great. You know, guys, the toughest thing for me, trying to get 11 tickets for all these matches. 11 tickets. And they don't want to sit way up high. You know, they want to sit courtside. But I got a few contacts.
The ticket is right here in this guy's face. Dick Vitale, always thanks for your time.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
The U.S. Open fans are stunned and still recovering from Grigor Dimitrov's 5-set victory over 23 Slam champion Roger Federer. The 28-year-old Bulgarian defeated 38-year-old Federer 3-6, 6-4, 3-6, 6-4, 6-2.
When you're down, you feel worse, you know. Had moments I was in the lead, you know, most of the time. A chance to come back in the fourth, so start to the fourth wasn't ideal, start to the fifth wasn't ideal, so then I was running behind, so that was tough. Right, so it's okay, it's how it goes, and I tried my best, and it's by far not too bad to give up or anything, and Grigor was able to put me away, and I fought with what I had, and
I was more present, to be honest. I was more of myself throughout every point, every game that I played. You know, in the past, it's always been very hard to play against him. He always came out pretty fiery and you know, make an early break. And it's actually the same thing happened today, but I just, you know, it's been a long time that I've been on that court, so for sure that I had a little bit of nerves and just trying to readjust, but I felt very comfortable from the first point, despite the fact that, you know, I was missing a little bit here and there. I had a few opportunities, so I don't know, I kept on believing in what I had to do and, you know, in my game plan, and I was moving really well. I was hitting my backhand pretty good, changing up the shots, and one of the only thing was for me was to try to keep him as much as possible on the court. I think I was, and I did that very well. A lot of long games, and yeah, clearly in the end he was not at his best, but I used every opportunity I had.
Hi there, Nate Griffin, the Director of Racket Sports here at Lakewood National Golf Club in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. I have a tip for you today to make your overhead a little bit stronger. When you hit an overhead smash, it's okay to make a couple of shuffle steps when you get ready if the ball is close to the net. But if your opponent hits a ball that's deeper over your head, you really want to make that first move with a turn and a push. And then as you get closer, you can make a couple shuffle steps to the ball. So remember, when the ball is farther back, it's a crossover step here, and you're moving this way so you can get back there a little bit faster. And if the ball's a little bit closer, you can take your regular shuffle steps and get set that way. So go ahead and give that a try next time on your overhead, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Arias, your Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Tennis fans, thanks for staying with us. Hope that you enjoy the remainder of the show with our U.S. Open 2019 visit. 18-year-old Jensen Brooksby of California won the USTA National Boys Singles Championship at Kalamazoo, Michigan, to earn a wild card into the U.S. Open men's main draw, where he defeated former world number 4 ranked and Wimbledon finalist Thomas Burdick in 4 sets.
You played one of the greats of the last decade and a half. What was that like going out in the court, seeing him on the other side, knowing his record?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's been one of the best players in the last decade, you know, but he's not at that peak level right now, and I had a lot of confidence in my chances after playing qualies, and I was very relieved once I finally got the win. Thank you. Yeah, it feels great.
I guess the fact that I'm beating these top players, but I always knew I can do it, and I'm just really happy with the way I'm playing, and having these wins, it just does a lot for my confidence, and yeah, I'm just really proud of myself. I feel like I'm just being more aggressive, trying to take control on every point, and sometimes find my way to the net, which obviously helps, but yeah, I just feel like I'm more of a solid player. My movement is really good, and I'm defending a lot of balls back.
What does this one mean to you today? How big is it?
It means a lot to me. I've put in a lot of work, been practicing really hard every single day, and to see it pay off here at, like I said, a stage like this at the U.S. Open, it's super exciting, and hopefully I can build on it, and it gives me a lot of confidence.
Ann Grossman, what's that like?
She's amazing. She really puts her heart and soul into playing the game of tennis. You know, she just absolutely loves it. And, you know, I've just been building her game since day one when I started working with her at 10 years old.
Definitely disappointing. It's definitely a little bit of both. You know, I felt like I could have done so many things a little bit better, but she played really well, and she deserves this championship.
I was feeling many things before the match.
more than any other match. I mean, in the finals playing Serena, so I just tried to breathe as much as I could from the moment I woke up until the match, and I tried to just do that throughout the whole match to just keep my nerves in place. It wasn't easy at all, but I think that's what I've been doing really well throughout this whole year. I had some doubts because I've witnessed her come back from being 5-0 down, 5-1 down, 5-2 down, so I just told myself to stick with my tactics. She started playing much better, and I think the crowd really helped her as well. While I was blocking out the noise, while trying to, I could barely hear myself think, really. It was really, really loud. But I guess that's what makes this tournament so special.
I definitely will remember tonight. I'm sure, and even talking about Rafa's 19th Grand Slam, I'm sure he remembers his first final, even though he won it and I lost it. But, it was an amazing match. It's an amazing story. All this summer is amazing for me, and I will remember every moment of it, and I have a really good memory if we talk about tennis. So I'll definitely remember it even when I'm like 70 years old.
The last 3 hours of the match have been very, very intense, very, very tough mentally and physically too. So yeah, and at the end with the video, with the crowd that have been, as always, amazing. That all these facts that make it the moment super special and unforgettable moment at the same time.
Well, there's a lot of buzz about Andreescu and her performance, and then a high anticipation of the Nadal-Medvedev clash today in the finals, and a prevailing view, obviously, that Nadal will get his 4th Open and his 19th major. But a lot of excitement about both the women and the men because of the great, surprising, uplifting emergence of Andreescu. Golden moment in her career, winning her first major and fending off Serena at the end.
Well, I think it's just interesting to see the continued perseverance of Rafael Nadal, how well he plays, how healthy he is. That's been nice to see. And also to see this Medvedev. What a summer Medvedev has had. A very interesting player, an unusual player, but an effective player. And to see these two together in the finals is going to be very interesting. Bianca Andreescu, just an amazing player to see her step in here, 19 years old. A year ago, she lost in the qualifying. She plays it for the first time and wins it, beats the great Serena Williams in the finals. That's amazing.
One way or another, there was going to be history being made, and it was not the expected history. The fact that Bianca Andreescu got through to beat Serena Williams and become the first Canadian ever to win a major, I think that is very, very significant. And she's only 19 years of age, and yeah, absolutely history.
I admire Bianca Andreescu, 19 years old, playing in her first Grand Slam final, no experience at that. The way she holds her nerve and her mind and the focus she has is so incredible. I mean, for somebody so young, and the talent is clearly there. I mean, she's like very, very much a copy of Serena Williams' style.
I expected actually Andreescu to win that match pretty comfortably. I was not shocked by the result, but I was surprised by the parts of Serena's game that broke down. I mean, her serve was really pretty poor in that final, and it's another just sort of final where she's left with not playing her best. Now, Medvedev took the time to figure out what was working and changed his tactics up a lot. He's always been a very good tactical player, came forward a lot of serve and volley, which is not normally part of his game, but the court's playing really slow here, and neither of them were just able to hit it past each other when they were both on the baseline.
You were there. I saw you there the night Medvedev kind of lost it and worked it so that the motivation would come from being booed. Tonight, 1,000% reversal.
Absolutely, and he, in his finalist speech, really kind of made amends with the crowd. It was really kind of fun to watch. He said, listen, you guys gave me energy when I was perhaps not behaving like I should have on the court, and now I'm going to make an adjustment, and I hope that you'll love me just the same. So it was a great moment. I also was on his court when he was cramping in his second round match against Hugo Dellien. I was courtside for the last set and a half of that match because I was convinced he was going to retire. doesn't retire, wins the match, reaches his 4th final in a row this summer. Absolutely mind-boggling.
I think we experienced against history. Again, history view. Canada won the first singles title ever in the male and the female side. Seeing Bianca win, I think it wasn't the last one. It's just a start of the new era, probably. On the men's side, maybe this was opposite. Maybe this was the last one, which we can see from Rafael Nadal. It was a epic battle, 5-setter against a new titan, maybe one of the best from the new generation, against the Russian Daniil Medvedev. I think everybody can fully satisfied seeing this final.
In the one, as soon as she won Indian Wells back in March, she put an asterisk next to her name. Let's keep an eye on her. She misses 3 months of the year with injury, but she's the big tournament specialist, and her composure, particularly as that New York crowd, that's as loud as I've heard it last night, wanting Serena to lift, get it to 3 sets, and she held her nerve and closed it out. She's got the twinkle in the eye of a champion, there's no doubt about that. More of this to come for Bianca Andreescu.
I'm Tennis Sandgren, and you're Inside Tennis with the Cause.
Hey, it's time for our Lakewood National Tennis Giveaway drawing, which includes 3 tennis clinics with Nate Griffin and his staff and a 1-hour private training session with the Cause. So let's see who the lucky person is. Shawnee Shelton. Congratulations, Shawnee. We will be in touch. You know, I'm looking for a new national champ, and it could be you. Stop by the Lakewood National Information and Sales Center at 5518 Palmer Circle to register. Hope that you enjoyed our visit to the 2019 U.S. Open. Catch our coverage of the Junior U.S. Open and also the Wheelchair Tennis Slam U.S. Open on our next episode, October 5.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cause. We love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop by and see them. But until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here every Saturday, 12:30 on SNN.
Inside Tennis with the Cause has been brought to you by Lakewood National. Lakewood National. Golf, tennis, spa, home.